Now, I know this process seems overwhelming. We're going to take it piece by piece and allow you to create a foundation and build on it brick by brick. The first thing we're going to do is review the script, toggling back and forth between the script and the guide. We're going to be going deep into the guide starting on the next video. Today is just about creating the foundation and showing you the basics of the dialer. I'm going to start by delivering the opening script and then break it down for you. Just keep in mind that this will not work if you don't have a hard copy of this script in your hand. It will not work if you're trying to take shortcuts and read it from a computer screen. We're going to be going over and over and over that again. Now, you're going to notice on page 1 of the script, we have the rules to succeed. We're going to be talking about that in depth starting tomorrow. You'll also notice that we have a timeline. This is when you're expected to get to certain sections of the script. And then you'll notice that the script itself is color coordinated, starting with dark green. Dark green means I want you to speed through it. Think of these as traffic signs. Yellow is not part of this script. It's my instructions to the agent. You'll see a few of these. These are called tie downs. They're in green. They are part of the script and must be said. It is mandatory that you say them. And then what you see in purple are built-in rebuttals. They're not necessarily part of the script. They're there because you're going to use them at that point in the script if a customer responds a certain way. If they don't use them. All right, so let's get through it. Hi, my name's David. I'm calling from Sunlight Solar. What we're doing is calling people that are interested in lowering their electric bill by as much as 60% by possibly switching to solar. Let's face it, each year electric bills increase by an average of 16% or more, depending on your location. Also, your electric bill varies month to month, which can sometimes make it hard to manage a budget. What if we can show you a different approach where you can actually save money and your payment will remain the same each month? Would you be interested in finding out more? You would. Great. So my job's not to sell you anything, but rather to educate you on possibly switching to solar and see if you qualify. If you do, we're then going to create a professional, no cost, no obligation proposal for you. It's going to show you exactly how much you can save or even earn by going solar. Does that sound fair? Great. Now, this call being recorded for training compliance purposes. So the first step is to see if you qualify by asking you some very simple questions. Do you own the property or do you rent it? You own it. Okay. And what type of home do you live in? Is it a single family residence, townhouse, condo, manufactured home, or mobile home? Single family. Perfect. And what would you say your average monthly electric bill is if you took a 12-month average, knowing in the summertime it may be higher than in the winter? About $185. Wow, that seems a lot. That's exactly why we're calling. So looks like you qualify. Now, if we can show you how there'll be no upfront cost to you while allowing you to dramatically lower or even eliminate your electric bill completely, would you be interested in finding out more? You would. Awesome. I have a specialist on the line that can start the process for you. Please stay on the line while I transfer you. Thank you and have a nice day. That's it. That's the script. It is only 16 sentences long. Now, you notice I was very specific in how I asked those questions. I did not take shortcuts by saying, do you live in a single family residence? I did not take shortcuts. Is your electric bill over $100? I did not ask how you are doing. I did not ask, can you hear me? As we go into the training, you're going to find out why that is. Now, getting back to this timeline here, we expect you to ask the first question, which is, do you own the property or do you rent it? We expect you to ask that question within 20 to 25 seconds, starting from when the call started. We want you to finish with question 3, how much is your electric bill if you took a 12-month average, knowing in the summertime it may be higher than in the winter, between 30 and 45 seconds. And we want you to finish the script between 60 and 90 seconds. If you don't finish the script within 90 seconds, you are doing something incredibly wrong. Number one, either you're not following the script and making up your own, your pacing is too fast or too slow, and you're having to repeat yourself, wasting valuable time, or you're wasting too much time with pleasantries by asking, how are you, or can you hear me? Or most likely, you're letting the customer control the conversation. And we'll get into that deeply starting tomorrow. But in general, if someone asks you a question before you know the answer to all 3 of those questions, ignore the question that they're asking. Because what good is it answering their question if you find out later that they don't qualify? You're just wasting valuable time. So let's start with this. You'll notice the first sentence is in dark green. I want you to speed through it as per the directions. Hi, my name's David and I'm calling from Sunlight Solar. It's not important what your name is, and it's not important what the name of the company is. But for legal reasons, you have to say it. So we just want to blow right through it. What we're doing is calling people in your area that are interested in lowering their electric bill by as much as 60% by possibly switching to solar. So number one, we have to explain who we are. And number two, we have to explain why we're calling. And number three, we have to entice them to want to speak to us. Again, everybody hates telemarketers. So we have to figure out a way to get over that hurdle. So we have to say something exciting. Let's face it, each year electric bills increase by an average of 16% or more, depending on your location. Also, your electric bill varies month to month, which can sometimes make it hard to manage a budget. What if, notice my instructions to you, pause, let your words breathe. What if we can show you a different approach where you can save money and your payment will remain the same each month. Would you be interested in finding out more? Either they do or they don't. If they don't, you're not interested in saving over 60% on your electric bill? If they say no the second time, hang up on them. Again, we're controlling the conversation. So my job's not to sell you anything, but rather to educate you on possibly switching to solar and see if you qualify. If you do, we're then going to create a professional, no cost, no obligation proposal for you. It's going to show you exactly how much you can save or even earn by going solar. Does that sound fair? Again, a tie down, right? This is a tie down. It's a trial close. Number one, you're testing their temperature to see if they're interested, but more importantly, you're giving them the opportunity to speak, breaking up the monotony of you rambling on. Now, I know that this is all new to you. So what we did was we created a recording system where you can listen to my recording paragraph by paragraph, listen to my recording, and then duplicate that recording with your own voice. Then play the recording of me, and then play the recording of you. By doing it that way, you're going to get past that learning curve very, very quickly and understand how the pitch should be delivered. All right. So you're going to play this recording. It's going to be this part of the pitch. The second one is going to be this. Third one is this. Fourth one is this. So it's slide 5, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. And you're going to go in one by one and learn each paragraph. We have a built-in rebuttal. It's not part of the script, but generally, that's where that question is going to come up from the customer. And this is what you would say. I understand your concern about XYZ, and I'll gladly answer it. Just so I don't waste your valuable time, let me ask you 3 quick questions so I know that you qualify. Notice, do not wait for an answer. Just go right into it. Do you own the property or do you rent it? You own it. Okay. And what type of home do you live in? Is it a single family residence, townhouse, condo, mobile home, manufactured home? What type of home do you have? Single family. Perfect. And what would you say your average monthly electric bill is if you took a 12-month average, knowing in the summertime it may be higher than in the winter? And you keep going, right? All right. So they're interested. Great. Now this call may be recorded for training and compliance purposes. So the first step is to see if you qualify by asking you some very simple questions. Do you own the property or do you rent it? It's question number 1. Again, we want you to be here within 20 to 25 seconds. They rent it. Hang up the phone. We can't help them. There is no purpose in continuing. If they own it, continue. What type of home do you live in? Is it a single family residence, townhouse, condo, manufactured home, or mobile home? If they say anything but single family residence, hang up. If it's single family residence, continue. Perfect. What is your average monthly electric bill if you took a 12-month average, knowing in the summertime it may be higher than in the winter? Anything less than $100, hang up. If it's $100 or more, continue. Okay, so far it looks like you qualify. Now, if we can show you how there'll be no upfront cost to you while allowing you to dramatically lower or even eliminate your electric bill completely, would you be interested in finding out more? Yes, continue. No, find out why. You're interested? Awesome. I have a specialist on the line that can start the process for you. Please stay on the line while I transfer you. Thank you and have a nice day. Don't wait for an answer. Just do it. Right? If they don't qualify, I'm sorry you don't qualify at this time. Goodbye. Real simple. Tomorrow we'll get into the rest of this. In the meantime, I want to show you quickly how the dialer works, how to transfer calls, etc. Now, by this time, Steven, our IT manager, should have issued you all IDs and login credentials. Each and every day, the first thing that you're going to do is go to this agent validation page, and you're going to put in your assigned ID and your assigned password. You're going to hit submit, and this is going to prevent any dialer issues you may have moving forward, because your IDs are based off of your IP addresses. All right, so we're going to first validate our IP. And then we're going to log in.
Log in.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
If you do not hear that recording, start the process over again. You must hear that recording. If you don't, you will not be able to hear the customer, and the customer will not be able to hear you. I'll say it again. You must hear that introduction recording that you are the only one in this conference. Now, on the left-hand side, there's a number of different buttons. The first is you are paused. If you hit it, you're active. If you are on pause, you will not be able to get calls. If you are going to be away from your desk for more than a minute, log out completely. Do not be on pause. It creates congestion in the system. It prevents calls from being connected from other agents in other centers. After each call, whether the customer hangs up on you or you hang up on the customer, you must press hang up customer. Now you can't see it on my screen, but there's a missing icon here, and it's quick transfer. You're transferring a call. Do not hit transfer conference. Only quick transfer. Otherwise, your calls are not going to be transferred. When you hang up the call, find the correct disposition as fast as you can, and then it will roll into the next call. Hang up the call, disposition it, and you're ready for the next call. Right now, you should be set up within the system. You should have your logins and your passwords. Your cell phone should be.
So to recap, you are paused. If you hit it, it's going to say you're active. So that's your stop and go button. You're active, you can actually take calls. You're paused, you cannot. Please do not be on pause for more than a minute. If you are, it will create congestion in the system and prevent calls from reaching other agents and other centers. Don't be lazy. Just do us all a favor and log out if you're going to be away from your desk for more than a minute. Again, whether you hang up on the customer or the customer hangs up on you, press hang up and disposition the call to the right disposition as fast as you possibly can. You want to transfer a call? There's an icon that happens to be missing on my version. It says quick transfer. Just hit quick transfer, and what that's going to do is transfer the call to a closing agent. It's called a blind transfer, which means that you will be disengaged from that call, leaving only the customer and the closing agent on the call. Right? There is no need for you to be on that call. We have an incredible tracking system and reporting system that tracks all the calls. All the calls are recorded. So you'll be able to have all of your transfers. You'll have your recordings for the transfers as well as the closer recording for the transfers. So you can see what happened before, what happened after. And that way everybody is on the same page. All right. It's pretty simple, pretty user-friendly. All right. Again, I do not want to see you on pause. If I do, I will be logging you out. Right? Because again, it creates congestion, prevents calls from connecting. I don't want to hear about long wait times when there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 agents on pause. You guys cannot be the cause of the problem and then complain about the problem. All right. At this point, what I want you guys to do is take a break. When you guys come back, I want you to practice the script using the recording links, using the Cyborg guide, and learn the script. Hear me do it, then I want you to do it. I want you to listen to my recording again, listen to your recording, and find out where the difference is. All right? Do it a couple of times, and when you guys are done, I want you to log in and start taking calls. All right? Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow, you'll have another meeting, another video to watch, and you'll have a test to take. If you guys pass the test, you'll be able to log in. If you don't pass the test, you'll have to watch the video again and retake the test. All right. Thank you, everybody.